Alright guys, welcome to another video. So a few days ago I put out a video about the New Age mouth guard and I had this to say about it. At the moment it is sort of pushing down on my gums and it's even making my gums bleed, so that's definitely not ideal. So what I stupidly didn't realise is you need to actually boil the mouth guard and then mould it to your mouth to make it feel comfortable, so that's what I'm going to do now. I should probably learn how to actually do this before I do it because I'll end up doing something stupid, knowing me.
Today we're going to talk about fitting a performance mouthpiece, the New Age performance mouthpiece. This particular product goes over your lower teeth and not your top teeth. This is very, very important, number one. Or lacrosse, but if you're training, definitely use this product.
Definitely.
What's a great piece over your lower teeth? What we'd like to show you first is what the position of your teeth is.
Can't be bothered to listen to him, I'll work it out.
A few moments later.
Okay, in it goes. Am I doing it right? You said I got to stick my tongue out. And then into cold water. Okay, so that should be moulded to my mouth now. It is. Oh, I'm such an idiot. No wonder it felt like shit. Yeah, that's perfect now. Aw, hello. So today is Monday and yeah, my first session of the week. Just some light squats and bench. We're pretty much doing a similar thing as to what we've been doing for the last few weeks, so I haven't actually changed the program or the structure of the program yet. But we are sort of sticking with heavy deadlifts because we worked up to 240 kilos last week for a single. This week we're doing 245 for a double. And the main reason for that is I'm actually going to be entering for me it's going to be a deadlift only competition, but it's going to be a team powerlifting event. So this is going to be an athlete movement, which is where Ben coaches from and trains. So it's going to be me, Dan. So Dan is another one of Ben's clients, and I'm not sure who's going to be doing the squatting. So he competes in bench only, so he's obviously going to do the bench side of things. My deadlift is semi-okay, so I'm going to be the deadlift side of it. But it's a good sort of concept, it's a good idea, doing a team powerlifting event. I've not really seen that done before, so I was keen to get involved, as long as it doesn't really affect my training going into the British Championships. But Ben said we can sort of work around it and it should be okay, and it doesn't mean I have to go sort of, you know, RP 10. I can sort of maybe pull a conservative single for my max on the day, and it is just a bit of fun at the end of the day. So while I'm out here chilling, I thought I'd quickly talk about British powerlifting's new qualifying total rules. Now, I'm going to admit that I haven't really looked too much into it, but I thought I'd give my very brief opinion on the limited knowledge that I know about it. From what I understand, they're basically going to up the qualifying total, therefore making it harder to get into things like the British Championships. Now, I think personally this is a very good idea. A prime example of why it is good is, I think this year, during I think it was the Uni Champs, maybe the women's Uni Champs, they had some of the guys having to compete in that as well because they had basically got too many people qualify for it. I'm not exactly too sure what it was. Maybe it was like the All England had to train or had to compete with the women's Uni Championships, and it just turned into a little bit of a farce. So I might have got those two competitions mixed up, but basically it was overprescribed because so many people qualified for it, which basically means the sport is growing, which is great, but it does mean that naturally it means it's going to have to be harder to get into competitions, because otherwise you are just going to have 1,000 people competing at a British Championships and it's just not going to be able to run effectively. So yeah, I think it is a good idea that they are upping the total. I don't actually know what they're upping it to, like how much each. Hopefully it's not going to affect me too much, because I managed to clear the total by 25 kilos, so depending on how much that is, as long as it's not like 50 kilos more, then that should be fine. But to be honest with you, I think that's a good thing either way, because then it means that it keeps people on their toes as well. Like, I'm quite happy to aim to try and qualify again, even if it is a lot higher. So yeah, I mean, that's even if I even compete again. I don't know what the future holds, but yeah, it's my sort of very, very brief opinion on that matter anyway. How you feeling, mate? A little bit sweaty?
I look like you. No, that went wrong.
You look like me.
No, that went wrong. Let's do that again. Rewind.
You're handsome as well. You're a bit sweaty there, Steve.
I feel like you look.
Ooh, it's been a tough session today. So I just hit some deadlifts today, 170 kilo. Felt pretty easy for 6 sets of 3, and I actually managed to get a personal best on the overhead press. So I did 4 sets of 10 on 60 kilos. So you've got to love the insignificant PBs that you achieve. Thank you, mate. But throughout the whole session, I've just wanted to know. It's just been really been bugging me. I've just wanted to know how long the world's longest wedding dress is.
Welcome to a sad fact.
The world's longest wedding dress was longer than the Grand National course.
That was a great sound fact.
First 2 sessions of the week are done. They weren't the most inspiring of sessions, but got them done. I mean, today was actually quite fun because I sort of tried to do everything quite quickly, so I was almost making it a bit of a cardio workout as well. So I was giving myself really short breaks, which I don't normally do, just because it was quite boring. So I just wanted to sort of mix it up a little bit, and yeah, like I said, managed to hit a personal best on the overhead press, which I'm pretty happy with. But yeah, I'm going to quickly talk about how diet's going. I know I sort of said I wasn't really going to talk about it because I've stopped the series about it, but it's going well at the moment. I'm 2 weeks into really solidly tracking absolutely everything, and I am down 2 kilos. So although I'm not necessarily looking the best still, I'm definitely feeling better. So things are definitely progressing in that department. But tonight it's going to be a little bit of a cheat meal, but still going to track it, and it's still going to fit my macros. But I'm going to be having macaroni cheese with bacon and frankfurter, so that is going to be a little bit of a cheat. The fat is going to be slightly higher today with this as well, but because I've been doing pretty well, I feel like I can afford to do that. Alright guys, I've pretty much run out of things to say, so I'm going to wrap up the video. But just before I go, I want to know your opinion on the British Championships and the qualifying total as well. So leave down in the comments down below what your opinion is. Do you think it is a good idea? Do you not think it's a good idea? Or do you just not give a shit? Either way, write down a comment. It'd be interesting to see, and it would be nice to be interactive with a few of you, because there are like roughly 100 views per video at the moment, and you know, I don't really get that many comments really, so it'd just be interesting to know who's actually watching these videos. So yeah, leave a comment down below. But ooh, there's a moth. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please leave it a thumbs up as always if you have. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.